What would your 13-year-old self think of you now? See? You still don't know what you're doing. I was supposed to be either a billionaire or a dictator ruling the world with an iron fist. And I was definitely going to have a redhead wife. 13-year-old me would find me to be an almost complete failure. Weren't you supposed to have your together by now? You make an awful lot of money to always be broke. Wow. I really will get older. I've had, so I imagine he'd be pretty stoked with that. But you're still going to enroll in Harvard Law School later, right? At 13 I wanted to be either a hitman or a truck driver. My 13-year-old self would think I'm a... He would think I had turned into a bad person till I had a chance to sit him down. Then we would both be sad. My 13-year-old self would kick me for being a lazy and not living my dreams. I probably peaked at 13. He'd hate me. But that's fine, because one of the perks of being an adult is no longer caring what 13-year-olds think. Well, you ruining my GPA. 13-year-old me would be wildly impressed with me, and maybe that's a problem. I wanted to be a rock star so bad at 13. I've spent the last 20 years honing my skills on the bass guitar, and have actually achieved a modicum of success as a musician, in a regionally successful band. Like, not just playing bars, we are on the festival circuit. Some radio play. Pretty successful. Lots of hits on Spotify. But as a 36-year-old, I feel kinda like a joke. I have a career in insurance, but music is just all I want to do. I feel like people judge me for being a 36-year-old in a band. Edit. Thanks for all the positive feedback, everybody. I went through all of the hundreds of replies, and I don't think I saw a single negative comment. You're all too kind. I'm kind of kicking myself for not using a throwaway for this comment. I didn't expect it to get this much of a response. Unfortunately, if I share the band name, I'll basically dox myself, as someone pointed out below. I mean, my real name is right on the front page of our website, and on FB and IG. One of the things I love about Reddit is the anonymity. I promise, next post or comment I make about the band, I'll use a throwaway, so you can hear the music, and I can get the free plug, haha. Wow. If you die in 3 years, you'll be almost exactly like Dad. Disappointed and angry, I came out okay, but 13-year-old me had much higher expectations. The fact that I smoke weed would piss off 13-year-old me. Also that I'm not a professional hockey player, but come on. I think he'd be slightly disheartened, but not entirely disappointed. I've come a long way in some regards, and in others, I fall short of what I used to be. Disappointed. 13-year-old me wanted to marry this one girl since he was 10 years old. That girl is now my fiancé. Honestly, I'm not too worried about what that cynical little brat would think of me. I'm pretty sure she survived solely on hatred and apple juice, so her ability to hold a positive opinion on anything is questionable. Disappointed that I'm not a fighter pilot. I tried real hard, but you couldn't get into military flight school unless you had perfect vision. I was barely over the line. Holy, when did you get tits? Dang, you have friends now, I'm impressed. That level of burnt out / self-loathing happened faster than we expected, but it makes sense. At least I still have time and a chance to start over. Starting next month. Edit. To all the Facebook warriors telling me to start now. Yeah, I get the sentiment. I'm moving next month. I started making changes to get there last year. Nobody wants your Tumblr. 13-year-old me, you aren't depressed anymore? Me, I never said that. I'm just not suicidal anymore. I do, however, want to be hit by a truck. I guess she would be proud that I'm on my way of beating my eating disorder, and to finally love myself after I started to hate myself since 5th grade. Wow, I really let myself go, didn't I? You're bald and overweight. How did you get such a hot wife? My answer, charm. You little. I think he'd be okay with who I am. He might not fully understand, but it wouldn't be negative either. I was having a perfectly fine day with my mediocre self. Until you reminded me of how much of a disappointment I'd be to my former self. My 13-year-old self would be so freaking stoked at where I am in life. I have a degree in what I always wanted, I work for the Smithsonian, and I'm dating a tattooed bearded drummer. She would be proud of me for sure. Probably a bit sad. Used to be so full of everything, but was humbled down along the way. My dreams are now smaller, but more in reach. I'm at my happiest at the moment. I'd probably think I'm actually pretty cool. If 13-year-old me was told this is how I'll turn out, I'd be so confused for a second and not believe it. But then it'd change my whole teenage experience once I realize that things do get better when you learn to love yourself. 18 now. I'd be pretty happy. I'd be surprised at a couple of the friends I had to let go, some of the new ones, but happy with my security.